This is a review of the TomTom Bandit Action Camera Premium Pack. Inside the box, you'll find the action camera itself. You'll find the remote control over here. You'll find your handlebar mount for a motorcycle or a bicycle. You'll find a dive lens cover here. It's rated to 40 meters of water depth. That's 131 feet in depth. It comes in a little carrying bag. Here you have a 360-degree rotating mount pitch adjustment with the locking lever. And here you have two rotating mounts that you can fit this onto. And here you have two mounts that would fit on, for example, a helmet. They have adhesive on the back of them, all of them do. This is a GoPro attachment that you can use to mount the camera to and then use your GoPro accessories. Here you have a special charging cable that allows you to charge the battery without removing the electronics out of the unit. And here you have an Allen wrench to let you tighten up the screws here on this. Here you have a short 5.5-inch Velcro mounting strap and a longer 10-inch Velcro mounting strap. These two things here are little fuzzy pieces that will fit over the front of the audio part of the camera. You can see that here. And that's to keep the air from blowing into the camera microphone, making a lot of noise. Then here you have a very simple instruction sheet and a brief user manual. I'm very impressed with this camera. The quality of its manufacturing, the way it's put together, is just exceptional. I went ahead and put all the labels back on it so I can show you what you're going to have to remove when you unbox it, but it really is an exceptional camera. The camera is rated to IPX7 with a standard lens, which means it's submersible to 1 meter of water depth, and with a special lens, as I mentioned, you can use it for diving. It's fully loaded with GPS tracker, built-in motion sensors, G-force, speed, rotation, acceleration, and altitude. You can even add a heart rate monitor. On the top here you have a display. I put this back on there so you can see that you have to remove that to set it up. In addition here, you have the ability to take this apart. This is the back part. If I look at this here, this is a removable flap. This is a charging port that's waterproof. It allows you to charge the camera without disassembling it. Here you can see this charging cable. This is part of the kit. You can pull this flap down, put this in there, and this will snap into place and lock into place and allow you to charge the unit using a standard USB plug. In addition, you can take this right here, push this button in, and rotate this about 5 degrees or so, and it opens up, and now the entire back of the camera will open up and allow you to see the inside battery pack. Here's also a USB port. You don't have to use this cable. If it's dry and clean, you can pull this out and plug this into your computer or any other USB port and charge the battery pack. I do want to point out that there's a label I stuck back on there just to show you. You have to remove this label to uncover these connectors so the camera will work properly. Here you can see I have it plugged in, and I want to point out there's 4 LEDs there that indicate the charge level. The battery life is about 3 hours. That's only used in 180p at 30 frames per second. It also has power saving. If it's not videotaping or shooting pictures for up to 2 minutes, it will shut down and go into standby. The capacity of the battery is quite powerful. It's 1,900 milliampere hours, rated at 3.6 volts, which equals 6.84 watts. Also, I want to point out, you saw me pull off the back. I can also pull off the front. Same way, press the button and twist, and there's the camera itself. And this is the standard lens that you use for IPX7. This is the diving lens. You simply line it up, push the button in, push it down, and rotate it, and it locks into place. When you do this, make sure that this button snaps out and the lens is nice and tight. I want to point out here that if you look at these two lenses, you'll see on the bottom of the original these slots. That allows access to the microphone. As you can see now, there are no slots. That's because the microphone's now protected. Here you can see the mount for the bicycle mount and this bracket on the bottom with slots. As you squeeze these, you release the clips. When you want to mount this after you have this on your bike or your motorcycle, you simply put it under like that and snap it in place, and now it's locked into place. You can also take this and rotate it to any angle you want, and even with the mounting bracket here, you can actually rotate the camera if you'd like and put it into a different angle. Very easy to set up, very easy to adjust. This is the 360 tilt mount. You open that lever, you can open this up. This back part here moves. There's actually a little button there. And you take this and mount it onto your helmet or to the surface you want to mount this on. You start the front of it in. You push this back right here. You push it back until it goes into place and it locks down like that. And now you can adjust it to the angle you want and lock it down, and that's where it's going to stay. Now this piece here is stuck to your helmet, and if you want to change it, you can loosen this lever, rotate it, adjust the angle, and you're set up. Once you set this up and turn it on by pressing the rear button, it'll pop up and tell you what language you want to speak in. I've got it in English. And when you want to move, you use the outer bar here and just press it like it's a scroll, up and down, left and right. I hit right, can read out in miles or kilometers. I'm going to select miles. I can turn on start recording, create a highlight, stop recording, and go to TomTom.com cam. Here I'm in the video mode, and I can set it to different resolutions. This is 180, 30 frames per second, and then it's the time remaining on the operation, and it's not recording now. When I'm in this mode here, you can see what it's set for to take videos. If I press this up, there's the Wi-Fi, and I can go over to my smartphone, and it will even tell me that the Bandit system is ready to be accessed. So I can connect to the Wi-Fi and transfer things back and forth. And then here, if I go down, I can look at the video, the general information, and the status. In video, it lets me pick the size and the frames per second that I want to have there. Here you can see that I've connected it. I've now got my smartphone connected to the Bandit, so now I can transfer data back and forth. Now that I've connected, I've tied into the Bandit app from TomTom, and if I look at this, I can see here that I can look at the table and see exactly what the camera's seeing. The beauty of that is I can look around. I'm going to look down the room here. This is how you would use this as a viewfinder to set the camera up on your motorcycle or bike or surfboard or whatever, and set the right angle to shoot your videos, and you can see it works perfectly. It also tells you the remaining battery life is 94%, and it's about 2 hours and 25 minutes of recording time. It also tells me that I'm in the video mode and what my settings are. If I press the button on the camera, it'll go into the recording mode, and I'll be able to record and transfer the videos to this app if I'd like. Here you can see the red light flashing. That means that the camera is recording. And if you come over here on my phone, you can even see that it's recording 19 seconds already. So it works that well that you can actually track what you're recording. In this mode, I'm just going to press the back button, and you see it flashed and it started recording. And when I want to stop, I come up here and press the front button, and you saw it flash and it stops recording. In addition to using the app for the Apple, you can also use an app for your Android device. And there's also a piece of software called TomTom Bandit Studio. You download it from the web and put it on your computer, and it gives you control over all the sensors. You can read out what's going on. One of the things I wanted to show is that there's a slot here. That's a micro SD card slot. I have a SanDisk 32 gig SD card in there. It's recommended that you use a class 10 card to get the best storage for high-speed video that you can. It says it's rated to 32 gig. The other thing I like is that you can take this out, plug it into your computer, charge the battery, but also transfer data and video off of here to your computer, and with a very simple process. It literally takes seconds to take this apart and put it back together. What I like is this camera is lightweight, highly adjustable, and easy to mount. Additional features is that it films in high resolution in selectable qualities from 15 to 150 frames per second, depending on your selected video quality. It has this nice built-in display to help guide you through setup. The power cable that I showed you is 62 inches long. The camera weighs in at 6.74 ounces. That's just the camera by itself. It has a built-in microphone to record sounds, and it's connectable to different devices like your computer and smart devices. It will also take photographs in single photographs of 16 megapixels and in burst mode of up to 10 photographs per second. You can also set it up to take one photograph every 1 second, 5 seconds, 10, 15, 30, and 60 seconds. I did want to point out that this is the microphone. This piece is designed to mount across the top of this, and then you have this piece here with Velcro on it that you can mount, and it kind of muffles the recording so that the moving air that's going by won't overwhelm the microphone. That's my least favorite part of this product, is the microphone. My video is getting too long and I have no room to show any of the videos I shot outdoors, but the quality of the video is outstanding. It's a 5-star. The mounting of the camera using the hardware, 5-star. The audio when not moving is fair. It's pretty good. It's a 4-star. The audio when moving at all at any velocity is a 1-star. All you're going to get is a big roaring noise from the wind. Overall, the quality of the product, the way it's designed, it's excellent. I'm going to give it a 5-star with the caveat that the audio is pretty bad. So if you're really counting on having audio, I got to be honest with you, I've reviewed a lot of these cameras. I've not found one that's great yet on audio when you're moving. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation And I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.